Hello everyone. Today we're going to do a Mercury retrograde message. What is Mercury retrograde bringing in for you? What are the messages Spirit has to say? And Mercury is going retrograde on the 23rd through the 15th, and it is going Mercury retrograde in Virgo. So that is about things that you have overlooked coming back around, whether this be good or bad. This could be ideas that you may have had that you're coming back into the idea of, or something could have happened and it's something, a situation is going to come forward and you're going to understand the situation better. Whether this be, a positive or negative, or, just whatever this is, things that you have overlooked or, you didn't pay much attention to in the past, coming back around and coming forward. So let's see what your messages are for Mercury retrograde, what's coming around for you. And as always, if you are interested, the link to booking a personal message with me, whether it be, further into this, a general romance, or a mediumship message, that is linked in the description box below. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and start with 3 of the moon astrology cards. What is coming forward during this Mercury retrograde time? During Mercury retrograde, what is coming forward? Okay, so we have partners and we have messages. And you know what's really crazy? I'm going to show you guys something in just a second. So I have this little heart here. There was like a crystal here, but it came out, and there's this little heart. My daughter went crystal mining with her dad, and this little crystal in the shape of a heart came. And when my dog had passed away, I had a little heart on my sleeve, and so I seen it, and it looked very similar. So I was staring at this while I was shuffling, and it's just crazy to me that partners came out. So I wanted to say something about emotional was going to come forward in this message, in these messages. And this doesn't mean where you could be in a relationship or you could be in or out. But with partners and messages coming forward, I think that if you are with somebody or if you're without somebody, you're really going to get clarity on a situation when it comes to a person. And that's not going to be this full message. It won't be a whole romance one. So if you're not interested in that, don't worry. But there could be, whether you're with somebody or without them, things are going to come forward for them. Okay, so if this is where you're in a situation and something could have happened in the past, and you could no longer be with this person, you're going to understand a situation better, or you're going to really see into a situation, whether this is you're finally understanding some other side to a situation, or you're understanding what the situation truly was and you had overlooked it in the past. But I feel like there is something coming forward from a lover, and this could be a past lover, a current lover, where things are coming back around and we're going to get clarity on a situation. And they could reach out to you. You're sensing, so we're kind of sensing. So if you're thinking about a person during this right now, they're definitely going to either reach out to you, or there's going to be a conversation had between the two of you based off of this relationship. Now for others of you, okay, to get away from the romance messages, this is definitely something emotional, where this could have been a person or a situation that had bothered you, and you kind of had a feeling of I want to say more of ill will, because that has the water on it. So I want to say emotional, you kind of were dang, how did that happen? But things are going to come clear to this situation where you could have been feeling this message all along, where you kind of knew where somebody was standing. Okay, so we have I am, and I think this card is crazy when I'm coming out about sensing. Okay, so we have friends and we have stability. All right. This Mercury retrograde is going to really show you who you want around you and who you don't. All right. Transformation. I'm just going to pull 2 more because I wanted to. All right. And I have. Okay. This Mercury retrograde is going to really bring in who you should have around you and who you shouldn't have around you. And you kind of have been feeling certain feelings about certain people where you're this is not a situation that I want, or this is not something that I truly want to be in. If this is a job, if this is a friend, because we have friends coming out, there is definitely, I want to say, a person. And this would be somebody that you're close to, because we have partners coming out and we have friends. So this is somebody who is in your close circle where you've been kind of feeling a little off about them. There could have been a situation that had happened with one of the people around you that are in your close circle, and you've been feeling off, and you're you know what? Maybe you give this person another chance and another chance, and Spirit's let me show you who they truly are. And something's going to come around this week where you're going to kind of get a clear picture of everything. And I feel like this is more to remove somebody from this situation, so you can realize how stable you are, and you're going to transform into this spot of you have everything that you need, or you are everything that you need to be to get to where you want to go. And this person could have brought you down in the past, and that's why you're like moving into a different energy, or removing the people. This could be multiple people too, where you're kind of removing yourself from a group of people, and it's like you're moving into an energy of like, I have everything that I need to do to be stable, to be comfortable, to get to where I want to go. Like, that's the energy that you want to be in. And in order to be in that comfortable, stable energy, whether this be in a relationship, whether this be in a home, whether this be in a job, whatever this is, you have to remove those people that aren't good for you. And I think during this Mercury retrograde, it's like those things that you overlooked are coming forward for you, and you're going to be like, wow, that's what that situation really was. That's what that really meant. Let's pull some more cards. Ooh, we have authenticity. I can't ever say that word. But you're really going to be real with yourself. And I think in the past, emotional intelligence. I think in the past, you really cared about what other people thought, or you were really kind-hearted where you changed. There's some big change coming forward for you with this Mercury retrograde. But with that being said, I think there's somebody who has been around you, or it's like in your group. This isn't somebody from a distant side, and it could be, but this is somebody who you genuinely were close with, and you're like, after everything they have done, I just continue to forgive them, or I understand their side. Like, they don't mean to do this. Whatever it is, you need to be real with yourself. And if somebody's not being real with you and not loving you and not respecting you, and this could be like a group of people, but if there's people around you that don't inspire you, who don't upbring you, right, that's what you're putting out there. Like, you the vibes, like when you don't think you're good enough to be around those people like that are good enough for you, then like that's what you're putting out there, and that's what you're going to attract. You need to cut that off and be real with yourself. If somebody's not respecting you, no matter how bad it hurts, and I know it hurts to let go of somebody that you really want to be around, whether this be a friend or whether this be a relationship, you know that like they're not good for you, but it's like in your heart of hearts, like you can't let them go. Whatever it is, like you struggle to let them go just as much. And I think it's because they would have an easier time walking away than you would. But Spirit's like, listen, something's going to come forward during this Mercury retrograde, and you're going to have to be real with yourself. And it's like, there's no way to overlook this. And you're going to have to really choose yourself. Like, that's the transformation I'm feeling. It's like, I'm choosing myself this time. And during this time of Mercury retrograde, I know that it's like about miscommunication and stuff, but if something is brought up to you, or you're overhearing a conversation, or you like somebody says something to you, I want you to realize, like, is this a situation that I want to be in? Like, is this, like, you need to be real with yourself. And like, in order to like change, evolve, you need to take a step away from this and realize that everything that you need to get to where you want to go, or be who you want to be, have what you want to have, it's all here. You need to cut out that toxic, like there's people like weighing you down, and they're not good for you anymore. Let's pull some more cards. Okay. Step into your power, and that's you walking away. Like, that's you stepping in to know that like it's time for you to walk away. We have lighten up, and I think that comes in with you stepping into your power. You know where you want to be, you know where you're headed. Cool your emotions, and we have make time for self-love. Okay, when it comes to your emotions, I definitely think that you are a very I don't want to say, like, when I see this message, for me, this is more of you worry about what other people think, or you're worried about hurting people, or you're worried about this. And Spirit's like, make time for yourself. And if your emotions are going to be about yourself, that's fine. But when you're worrying about other people, like, it's time for you to worry about yourself. If somebody wouldn't do it for you, don't do it for them. If you're like, I feel like you're somebody who, somebody can burn you and you would cut them off. But if it's somebody close to you and they burn you, you struggle making that disconnection, because it's like, I want them around, I love them, and Spirit's like, I know you love them, but you need to be real with yourself. And there is going to be somebody who comes in who is your family, who is a good boss, who is a good lover to you. Like, you need to be real with yourself and make room for that change. Stop going back to the old. Get in touch with your emotions. I feel like your heart is trying to lead you a certain way. Like, get in touch with your true heart and make time for yourself. If you couldn't imagine doing whatever somebody is doing, or saying something that somebody is saying to you, And there it is. Take that leap of success. Take that risk to be happy, because it's going to bring you in a lot of balance. Yes, look at that. Then we have the Six of Cups, and I just want to, and then the King of Pentacles. Yes. Whoever needs to hear this, it is time to take the risk to walk away, and it is only going to bring you success. All right, this Mercury retrograde, and this doesn't have to be directly what I'm saying, so take it as it resonates with you. It is time to take that risk to go forward, right? Like I'm taking the risk, I'm moving forward, and I am overwhelmed with the amount of happiness that comes forward in whatever this is. It's like you're returning to that true spot of happiness, and the King of Pentacles, like being stable, being secure, and that could be, you know, whether you're in a relationship or a home, a job, like you're returning into a spot of feeling secure and comfortable again. And Spirit's like, listen, I know it's hard, but you're hurting yourself holding on to this situation. You're hurting yourself. Like, it's like with whoever this person is, it's like they're whipping your arm and you're still holding on, and your arm is like, it's hurt, and you're worried about letting go because it's gonna hurt. Like, but it's not gonna hurt as much. Like, that's kind of what I'm saying. It's like, it's not gonna hurt as much. And I can just see, like, whoever this person is, like, they keep hurting you, but you're holding on to something because you're like, you know, I don't want to hurt, and they might be hurting me, but it's gonna hurt me to walk away. And Spirit's like, I know that that's what you think, and it, of course it will hurt, whoever this is or whatever this is, or it'll make you sad, or you'll be worried, whatever it is. But Spirit's like, I promise you, take this risk, and it all works out. It all works out. You need to be real with yourself and make yourself happy. And you have been feeling these emotions for a while, and they're just going to really rise up during this Mercury retrograde season. Like, I feel like you're just going to have an overwhelming sense of emotions when it comes to this Mercury retrograde season, and you're going to be feeling a certain way about certain people, about certain situations, certain things that you didn't do in the past, like something that you want to go forward with. Like, you're going to have an overwhelming amount of feeling when it comes to certain things. And Spirit's like, pay attention to them. If you're feeling like you need to cut somebody out, then cut them out. If you're feeling like you need to go forward in a situation, then go forward in the situation. I don't want you just standing still and continuing to hurt yourself. Like, it's time to move forward. And there's going to be something that is said to you this week, and it could be in an actual message, overhearing something. Like, you're going to hear or see or something where there's a clear sign, a clear message for you, and you're going to have to take that. Like, I don't know, like, I feel like you're the type of person where it's like you try to look for the best in the situation, and you're going to have it clear as day. You're going to have it clear as day. And this is about a person, and this could be where, you know, Spirit is like, I'm going to bring you a message to show you that you're on the right path, that you're doing the right thing, that you're going to get there. And so look for that message too. And it's going to be clear as day, and you might want to overlook it, but Spirit's going to be like, literally look at it. It's clear as day. It's right in front of you, and you need to take that message. And this can go either or, whatever way it needs to go. But there's going to be something that's brought forward to you, and it's going to be like, this is your sign. This is your message. And you're going to know it. And Spirit's going to show you, and you're going to try to like overlook it or oversee it. And Spirit's like, no, pay attention to my sign, pay attention to my message, pay attention to something somebody says to you as far as like this situation, whatever the situation is regarding. Listen to it, because that is the message. It is clear as day. Take the risk to either walk away, to go towards something, or start being like optimistic. Like, there needs to be something, so that way you can move towards this success, towards your stability, towards this security. Okay, I'm sending everybody lots and love and light, and I hope everybody has a beautiful Mercury retrograde.